Question the killing. Shrinking butterfly population has stirred up an international hornet's nest over who's to blame. There is no question the Achilles heel of the monarch butterfly is deforestation in Mexico. The butterflies need the fir trees for protection from the winter cold and rain. The Americans and the Canadians blame the Mexicans for the decrease in the winter habitat. But there's also growing evidence of fewer monarchs coming back from the north.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Asha Velez, and today I'm going to be talking to you about that wild dream you just saw me having. At the beginning of the year, I was working in a location, basically keeping myself busy after closing my restaurant of like 9 years. And while I was working there, I was developing a new company that I want to open up, which is about like environmentally friendly products and basically a lifestyle company on how to just be more environmentally friendly. So while I was developing this, I had a client call me one day, and obviously we exchanged names, and he said to me, "Wow, you have a very interesting name. It's easy, but it's strange." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, I get that a lot." He asked me, what's the origin of the name? And I was like, sadly, I don't really know. I only know the story that my grandmother told me as a little girl, which was that when she was a teenager, she found the name in a National Geographic, and it was a giant butterfly in Africa. I had tried to research it while I was in college, reached out to the Library of Congress, I've reached out to National Geographic to basically go through their archives and see if anything bare the name Adalis, and nothing ever did. Now, was there a large butterfly in National Geographic at one point? Yes, that I found. And when I found that, it was actually a buckeye butterfly. Now, buckeye butterflies, they kind of look like this. They have like these large things that look like eyes on their wings. So the guy said he was going to find the origin of the name for me. Now, mind you, I was sewing, I was, going into quarantine at that time, and I didn't think I was going to get to see him again. And before quarantine actually happened, the man showed up at the office, and he came with an article, a printed article, and a picture of a moth. And he said to me, "Your name isn't a butterfly, Adalis, it's a moth. It's a moth from Brazil." And I was just like taken aback. This moth was black and white. I'm going to share a picture with you guys on the screen. And it's just very strange. It's just as strange as my name. And I was just like, wow, I couldn't believe that my name, all these years I thought it was a butterfly, and now it's a moth. I just went to bed after hearing this story and seeing what he saw, and it kind of all got messed up and jumbled up in my head, and I had a dream of a dress. And the dream of the dress was me wearing the dress at a big event with a group of people that were all kind of dressed in these funky like nature outfits that were really beautiful and upscale, like very couture. And the event was basically a benefit to save butterflies. It was basically to raise money to fund federal parks to have more, I guess, variety of plants that would attract butterflies and create like safe havens in these federal parks. And I'm like, why am I dreaming about all this? I don't even know why I'm dreaming about all this. We're gonna start one garden at a time, and that's gonna be with the garden we have in St. Albans. And if you're interested in what I am talking about and you want to learn more or join us, I will be sharing the GoFundMe link at the bottom of this video in the comment section, no, in the details section, I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna share it down there, and so that way you can see more information about exactly what the funding that we're trying to raise, which is about $3,500 just to start the garden and get it off the ground. We're going to basically turn that garden into like a local free butterfly sanctuary. Now, I don't think we're gonna buy any butterflies. I've heard that that's very dangerous to do. There aren't a lot of safe resources for buying butterflies. But hopefully, by turning the garden into basically a haven with a lot of native plants, we hope to naturally attract them, and we hope to keep them safe in the greenhouse that we're going to be purchasing. And obviously, plants cost a lot of money, and so do seeds. So we're hoping that the money that we're asking to raise will, you guys will understand that that's where all the money is going to. We will be using a lot of websites that have native plants that are for different sections of the United States, which I'm going to teach you guys more about that later on. I don't want to get all boring. Let's go sew this dress because that's what I'm really, really excited about. And watch as the garden develops into something new, and as we try really hard to either get a grant or get a GoFundMe off the ground to raise the money that we need for this garden. And I'm just going to, like I said, shut up, and I'm going to go to weld this butterfly to all of these little trinkets that I have here, because it's the first piece of the entire dress. And I'll also be talking to you guys about butterflies in general and what I've learned and just how amazing they are. They're extremely picky, and they're a valuable resource to all the wildflowers that you see across the United States. And without them, because bees are not the only things that actually pollinate plants, without them, those wildflowers would probably cease to exist. So I'm just going to cut to the chase. I'm going to be sewing a dress and welding, and I'm going to be doing all these crazy things. And I'm going to take you guys on that little adventure with me. So without further ado, I'm going to stop talking now and hope that one day this dress goes from dream to reality, and not just the dress, but the actual benefit itself. So I'm just gonna stop talking because I'm probably boring you guys. I know you guys have been dying to ask me for shorter videos, so this first video is just going to be me welding. Stay tuned for the rest of the video as I break it up into smaller sections that are so much more digestible. Bye!